What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for episode 4 of the Unpopular Opinions. We are halfway through now, and let's get into the first one. And this is from Al Kano saying, Aaron Lennon is one of the best 1v1 wingers in Premier League history. And he'd be a 50 to 60 million pound player in this market.
I think he would be valuable. He could be a 50, 60 million pound player. In terms of one of the best 1v1 wingers in Premier League history, are we talking, if we're talking like the top 20, yeah, or the top 15, I think, yeah, possibly. But if we're talking the best 5, I'm not sure he's quite top 5, is he?
I think
there's too many ahead of him.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on there. But back to your point is like how valuable he would be in this market. I kind of agree with that. I mean,
I agree with that.
Maybe 40 to 60 million, somewhere like that.
In his prime?
Yeah.
I think in his prime he would be at least 60 million. I do believe that.
Interesting.
In 2009 he was unreal. He was electric.
He was.
And the way he used to roast players and just like tie them in knots.
And that kind of low ball through the middle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he had a good relationship with Defoe. I remember he wasn't the best crosser, but he always used to like be able to pull it back, just a low driven pass, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he was really, really effective for us.
How many of the assists in the 9-1 was him?
Yeah, a lot. Probably every one, wasn't it? Yeah, every single one.
Apart from the free kick one, yeah.
But in terms of like the best winger of Premier League history, I mean, there are Gareth Bale, Ginola, Ryan Giggs, Kanchelskis, Eden Hazard, Overmars.
Yeah, many.
I would say there's a lot that's ahead of him, but I love Aaron Lennon. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's just joined Burnley this year. He's gone
back to Burnley.
Yeah.
How old is he now? Is he like?
I'm not sure. He's
32. I reckon he's probably
32.
Yeah, he's probably something like that. Yeah.
Go on. Let's move on.
Yeah. What? You giving me this on purpose. Hill is better than Lucas, Dele and Ndombele. Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
You can't say that right now.
No, I'm saying it's not right now, but I mean, if we're talking, could he be? Yeah, he could be.
Yeah, but anything can happen in the future. But I'm talking about right here, right now.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
That. Yeah. But is that what he means by that? He's just done like the little arrow sign.
Must be. I mean, he didn't say in the future.
Yeah.
I'm taking that as right now, and
yeah, well, it's impossible to say, isn't it? He's a prospect at the moment. You're just having to do it on what you can see and like what you think he's going to blossom into. But yeah,
all right,
unpopular, I guess.
Next one from Jay is saying Heung-min Son is the most important player for Tottenham. Kane is second.
Go on.
When you go,
you want me to go? Son, is he the most important player for Spurs? Yeah, he probably is actually. I'd say. Yeah.
Why?
I think this is going to get so much abuse. For me, when they're both at their best, Son is the more world-class player than Kane, in my opinion. I think he can do more. But if we're talking most important player, they're the two elite players. So
Kane
I don't know.
It
depends. It depends how you want to.
Don Corleone, you called him. So he's got to be the most important.
Yeah, well, because he's always in the team. But I mean, it's the toss-up between the two, isn't it? I wouldn't be upset if Kane was the most important player. They said but in my opinion, Son is.
I think they're both very, very, very important to the team, and I think it actually might be harder for us to play without Son than it is without Kane. I actually think that might be true, because I think that when under Pochettino, when Kane wasn't out of the team, we actually started to look a bit better, more fluid up front. Yeah. But when Kane came out of the team under Mourinho, it was a completely different story. We completely fell flat. I'm interested to see what would happen now, but I think there hasn't been a real time where since Son has reached the heights where he's had a consistent amount of time out of the team, that's it. Don't really remember that, apart from under Mourinho when him and Kane were both out, and that's hard to judge.
And he's just got the ability to score a goal out of nothing, Son.
I think they both do.
Well, I say Son more so than Kane. You know what I mean by out of nothing? He can kind of like do a rescue goal, like just like pull a rabbit out of the hat. I think he's got that more.
Again, like in the last minute, if we've got a set piece or something, Kane can easily come up with a header or something like that. Well,
like a free kick. I thought you were going to say free kick.
No, definitely not.
But I mean,
look, they both have their
it's one of the two. We've just done a ratings
strengths.
thing about how they're both elite. So whichever one you want to pick.
Yeah. All right. Next one, go on.
All right. This one's from Adam Phillips. he says Reguilon is poor defensively. I don't think that's that unpopular, to be honest. I've seen he has looked a little bit shaky defensively. He looks great going forward, but he does look a little bit. He gets turned too easily in the cup final. What was the guy's name? He was just like all he had to do was like show him onto his right foot. Sorry, Mahrez, yeah. And he kept let him get his shot off on his left foot. It's like, surely you just know just to cover his left foot and just force him onto his right, his weaker foot. But he just letting him get shot after shot off. So for me, yeah, he is a little bit suspect defensively. I think that's not too unpopular.
I think last season he was suspect defensively. You got to say that. I think this season he started off the season quite well defensively. I think that in the first 3 games, I've been impressed with him defensively. Yes, I know he got tore to shreds about Ismaila Sarr for the first 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think after that, Sarr didn't really have anything in that game.
Yeah, was that not because we gained more control of the ball though?
Potentially, but I think that's the kind of, in the first 3 games, the first 10 minutes against Watford is the only time I've really worried about Reguilon defensively. Apart from that, I think he's dealt with everything that's come his way.
I think we'll know in the upcoming games, if he gets exposed a lot more, we'll see a lot more of like what's he like defensively. But yeah. I don't think it's that unpopular, to be honest, because I do kind of I do think that as well a little bit.
We all kind of agree.
Yeah, we
all
have that kind of worry, don't we?
Yeah.
Next one.
Next one is Tanguy SZN saying Son will out goals and assist Kane
this season.
I'm guessing so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
Nah.
I can see. Although, to be honest with you, this is something I'm going to talk about on the Hotspur. Son hasn't really got his A game back, from the first half of last season. He does look a little bit leggy, he doesn't seem to have that spark about him. He's not moving as freely as he did last season, beginning part of last season. So I'm really hoping he gets that back, because he still has that kind of jaded feel to him at the moment. So, but it's very possible, I think, that he could outscore Kane.
I'm not so sure about that. I think with Kane, with the way he drops deep, the way he feeds through Heung-min Son, I think the assists will always be there for Harry Kane this season. And I think Harry Kane will always get 20, 25 goals a season. So I can't really see him out goals or assisting Harry Kane. Although I'd be happy if he does, to be honest, because this is probably Kane's last season. And it'll be nice to see Sonny over-trump him before Kane leaves.
Are we going to count penalties or not? I guess you've got to count that. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Go on, let's move on. Shelf side Nathan saying Jurgen Klinsmann cannot be considered as a Tottenham legend. Played 1 season, 94 to 95, left, came back for 1 more season in 99.
He didn't come back in 99. I'm sure he came back in 98. I'm sure he came back in 98, yeah. Yeah. No, he's still a legend for me.
Why?
Because for me, that was the last real superstar signing that we made, like elite level signing, if you know what I mean, in their prime.
Did you put Van der Vaart?
No, I don't put Van der Vaart ahead, because Van der Vaart wasn't wanted by Real Madrid. Jurgen Klinsmann we got it from Real Madrid, wasn't it?
No,
Van der Vaart.
No, Van der Vaart, yeah.
Yeah, Jurgen Klinsmann we got from Monaco, I think.
Yeah,
and he was arguably the best striker in the world at that time. So for me, that was like the last real, truly world-class signing we got.
Does that instantly make him a legend?
Not just that, no. But I would say that that season that he had and
Nicola
the partnership
Berti was
with
a world-class player when we signed him, wasn't
he? That season that he had, it was just electric season, 94, 95, especially the partnership with Teddy Sheringham. It was so many memories in that season, so many iconic goals, the trademark sliding celebration, diving celebration. But it was just like watching an absolute, genuinely superstar playing. And
saved us from relegation as well.
Saved us from relegation the second time he came back, scored 4 against Wimbledon. I don't know, maybe it's just because that was my childhood as well, and watching him and like an absolute hero of mine. Maybe that's like blighting my opinion of him a little bit. But when you think about truly world-class strikers of all time, he's actually in that, I would say, in that conversation.
Who was a better duo for you, Klinsmann and Sheringham, or Berbatov and Keane?
Oh, that's a really good one. Time for a poll. Don't. I've been up for hours in the night thinking about that one in the past before,
And you still don't have an answer.
Do you know what? Sheringham could play with anyone. He could create a partnership with any good quality striker. That's how intelligent Teddy Sheringham was.
Do you not think Berbatov or Robbie Keane were the same?
But I think with Berbatov and Keane, they had more of a telepathic understanding that they might not be able to recreate with anyone else. But I think with Sheringham could create a partnership with almost anyone because he was so intelligent on his own, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So telepathically, I'm going to go for Robbie Keane and Berbatov on that one. But I think if you're saying individually, I think Sheringham and Klinsmann, if you put those two together, the overall quality is slightly higher.
Okay.
What do you think, though? Sorry, it's hogging the opinion there.
Nah, but I'm kind of undecided. Sheringham and Klinsmann was a tiny bit before my time. I mean, I was obviously around when they were thing, but I wasn't watching Tottenham week in, week out, so I don't really have I can't really give a proper opinion on that. Like, obviously, I was at a few games where Klinsmann was at and Sheringham were playing, but I was born in '89, so '94, '95, and
very early on. Yeah,
a bit too early for me. So I can't really give an opinion. And obviously, Berbatov and Keane were like at when I was like proper into Spurs. So it's hard for me to say.
For me, they're about the same. The partnerships,
Okay. I know this next one we're both going to probably disagree with.
Oh my goodness me!
Take this one away.
From Matt Cooper. How dare you disgrace the name Cooper, Matt? Harry Winks could be a new Ericsson if he trains hard like Kane and maybe takes a loan move to build his shattered confidence. Oh dear. Matt.
How I don't understand how Harry Winks and Christian Eriksen can even be in the same
breath. Yeah.
Christian Eriksen is one of the best 10s of Premier League history, no?
Is he what?
He's one of the best 10s of Premier League history.
Yeah, well, he's in like the top 10, yeah. But I mean, Harry Winks, come on. No, I can't see anything in that whatsoever.
No,
not even if he trains
definitely
hard.
Unpopular though. You wanted unpopular opinions.
Finally we've got one. We've finally got an unpopular opinion, and I just don't think it's that. The reason it's not just confidence. It's not just shattered confidence. He's just not top draw. That's it. He has so many weaknesses in his game. You know that. I mean,
there was a time where you would think he could become top draw.
No, I've never thought he could be top draw.
I thought when he was breaking through under Pochettino, I thought we had a player on our hands here.
No, I didn't. I was even calling him SpongeBob SquarePants, like when he first came through in Spurs groups on forums. But no, that's an unpopular opinion, man. Yeah, sorry, mate, I don't agree with that one.
All right, that is the fourth episode that has come to a close. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Episode 5 will be with you at some point. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.